G'day guys, welcome back to Illuvinews. This week has been full of new bits of information that has been dropped across all of Illuvium's social media networks. I'm going to run you through all of those things. There's a few YouTube videos, there's lots of Twitter posts, heaps of Discord leaks. And then last night, or a few hours ago right now, there's been a leaks video that we have been missing these leaks. There's been nothing in the leaks Discord for like 2 weeks. I'm deprived, but they're back. They are back in a big way. I'm going to show you my favorite leaks throughout that video, and then I'm going to post and link everything down below as always. So stick around for all of that new information that I have found for you guys this week. So as always, we'll start over with the biggest news, and this week that is a YouTube stream that they've done. This was also done on Twitch and podcasts and wherever else you get your Illuvium content from. It is the leaks video. I think from now, it was only about 7 hours ago that it released. I've got pretty much the whole way through. I've got a few leaks that I've really liked, and one of them is this. Merch is incoming, guys. I cannot wait to have a hat. I'll probably, out of all these, out of the 4, I like just a simple ILV hat. This one with Illuvium, a little atlas on the side, is also cool. This style of hat isn't usually the hats that I wear, but I will be getting an Illuvium hat. Hopefully we can change this from Atlas. I'm sure that they'll start off with just some general ones, and then they may expand into maybe picking any alluvial you want. I think because that'd be awesome. It may cost a lot more for them, though, to have a lot of different designs. But anyway, merch is coming. The absolute detail that they have gone into, like the eyes, as he was talking about, the detail of each little leaf up here. You really don't need to go into that much detail, but it really makes Illuvium. And I cannot wait to get these Illuvatars. I know it's still a little bit out, but cannot wait. I know these are also going to be in a set so far away, but again, they look so clean. And then some of the skins they're done, like this is obviously a pretty standard. It's a Ramfire skin, but this Blazonite skin, whoo-wee! Oh, I cannot wait to start crafting my own skins, selling skins, buying skins, skins. Then this UI that they have set up for when you finish a run in Overworld is dope. Like, I know, obviously this isn't real. Someone's played for 8 minutes, traveled 500 meters, and caught like some of the best alluvials that are out there right now. Highly doubt it. Obviously just a placeholder, but it is clean. Tells you everything you need to know. You get a score. I think this gives feedback to the team on how they need to balance things going forward. I don't know if this is going to stay there for full release, but this is how it is in the beta. You can also bring this up during your run to see where you're at, what you've got, so on and so forth. I'm just going to play this in the background as well. Illuvium Zero. He has a playable game on his phone, which I actually seen at CryptoCon off someone that I'm not going to name. They did show me that it was a playable game on their phone. We didn't really get to look at much, but from talking to more people, it seems like all they've got to do is their Crystal Shores last run through, make that perfect, and then they'll go back through and just do those 1%ers on each of the backgrounds, and then we should have ILZ Alpha, which, going off how long they reckon, it should be about a month, maybe a little bit more. So what's that? September, October, end of October is my guess. It is just my guess on when I think we will get Illuvium Zero. But as you can see, the game is playable. It's there. It's on his phone. We just need the graphics to be up to Grant standard, which is very high, I know, but we're getting there. We're really getting there. So ILZ is so close, we can pretty much feel it. There's a few other leaks that I'll get off Twitter in a second, but we'll go through another YouTube video that I've got here. So the next video that we'll talk about is Illuvitalks number 6. This has Andrew, our man TSG, Crypto Stash up the top, and then Grant Hazley from Undead Blocks. Just check, yes, that was Grant from Undead Blocks. Love this game. It's like a Call of Duty Zombies, I'd say. They have tournaments like every weekend, like $10,000 worth of tournaments. If you don't know about them, I would highly suggest you go and have a look at their game. It is amazing. Crypto Stash, I'd go and follow his channel as well. He just talks anything crypto, anything GameFi. Videos pretty much every day, and goes really in depth with things and has a little bit of fun with it as well. Really good person to follow on YouTube. And then we all know TSG and Andrew, you should all be following and know what they're all about. It's really deep diving into the DeFi gaming systems to see is this actually going to work? Do we need tokens, sponsorships, interoperability? Are these all things that are going to work into the future, or are they just something that people have devised at the moment that sound really good and aren't going to work? Get in and have a listen. Build your brain. I love this stuff. Listen to it fast, as I always say. 1.2, 1.5, work your way up. Consume as much content as possible, especially Illuvium content like mine. In saying that, hit that subscribe and like if you haven't already, because my content is coming out thick and fast and quality is going up hopefully, let me know. But anyway, we'll move on to one of the most anticipated things of the last month. That is the August Illuvium dev blog from Aaron. It came out about 7 hours ago from now. There is a lot of good stuff in here. Just go through and have a read. I think, about an 8-minute read. Nothing. TSG even has a chat on it, which is 14 minutes. It's longer, but again, you can listen to it fast. He runs through it. He gives his perspectives. I was going to do it, but I ran out of time, so I'll send you through to TSG's channel. I'll link that down below as well. But I'll go down that I did a short on earlier today. This right here. Illuvinews V2 is before Private Beta 2 Arena. Private Beta 2 Arena is coming out on Monday. So Illuvinews V2 must be this weekend. Look out for that, guys. I've looked on site. It doesn't look like it's there just yet. It might be out by the time I release this. But keep looking. Then we get Zero Alpha. As I said, I'm guessing October, end of October, maybe early November. PB2 Overworld. Hopefully that's end of November, December. Illuvitas, hopefully before Christmas. And then the game after Christmas. So going off that, I'm giving that as like fairly big buffers. And they're all guesses, okay? I don't have inside information, guys. I wish I did. I wish I knew dates, but I don't. I'm just giving you what my thoughts are here. But I feel like full game will be early 2023. I know it sounds like a long way from now, but it's only 3 months. We've been waiting, however long you've been in this system for a while. You can wait 3 more months to get this polished game and absolutely boost it to the moon. But anyway, as always, this will be linked down the bottom with a few other links. I'm just going to show you a few more leaks that have come from Twitter, but they've been pushed out in the Discord. They might not have been captured on that leaks video. But this right here, none of you have played PB2, or very few of you have played PB2. And I can tell you that the graphics and sound upgrades are second to none. Anyone that went and played that game that didn't know about Illuvium at all, pretty much fell in love like that. With a game style that's not that easy to pick up and be good at very fast. I know you can just throw Illuvials down there and do whatever, but you don't know the affinities and classes and whatever. There was 9-year-old kids through to like 50, 60-year-old females playing. The diversity between age and gender that was playing across the whole weekend was astonishing. And I feel like that's one of the most amazing parts of this whole ecosystem that we're building. We are literally entertaining to nearly anyone in the world. You may be too young to play the game or too old that you don't have a computer or something, whatever. But that in-between section, as I said, from about 10 to 60 or 70 or so, we are entertaining for people of those ages and of all genders, which is absolutely amazing. Not many games can do that. Like, it blows my mind. Anyway, the sounds of this, which I don't have going, I've just got the video, audio for you. It looks sick. We go to the next one here, which is the Adorius. This is not fully complete. Obviously, there's no fur on this. It's more just to show this coming off its hooves and its antlers. Just kind of the work in progress of it all. Go down the Grocco Fire. I love all of the Tier Zero's fires and water and everything that's coming off them actually looks real and in depth. When they move, it moves with them. It's not static. I know it's only little things, but this really adds to this polish. And then, as we've seen before, the couple of Illuvitas that they got going cannot be faulted. So we got this. I don't know the full lore behind this, and they're not releasing that now, but this is kind of an artistic impression of some things that may be happening in the game. As you can see down here, this is a dead Umbre, or a defeated Umbre. I can't remember what this guy's name is. Sorry. But he looks like he's out there to help you. You may have got attacked by an Umbre, and then he's come along and saved the day. Don't know. But I'm keen to get in and really know about all this lore. These look amazing. I feel like this bottom one may be more towards what we're looking at, like that more darker kind of feeling. From here, we'll head over to Discord to those messages that I always find, and then we'll come back to Twitter and do the rest of that. So over on Discord, I've only got a couple from this week. We've got a few more that are going to come up in a few Twitter posts, but we'll start off with these. Aaron is back in the game. He's here. He wanted to do a 24-hour workday, which I think is absolutely absurd, but he just seems to be a workaholic. But it seems he's only got to do 6 hours, which still 6 hours at one stretch is still pretty good. But he's getting better. He's recovering. He's doing more and more. This is great because the project is going to keep on going forward and forward even quicker and quicker once he's fully back on track. All the best to Aaron and hope you get better. Next, there's a few things here from Kieran and one from Rich about the PB2 and ILZ. So Kieran's just talking about how many strats there are for PB2. So many. Once you add augments into the whole system, you can really pick up those smaller alluvials that only do maybe one thing, and you can just add a little bit to them. Like one of the augments gives your character poison, gives them a poison shot every 5th attack or something. So you can give those to your ranged Scion guys, and then they can just lay poisons onto the enemy team, which I think that's a great strat. There's going to be plenty of others that come out of it. Then his next one is Rich to set up an influencer tournament for next week, and he put some ILV as prize money. I think this was, well, he went on to say that this was for 10k and above subs, so I'm guessing this is more for people that aren't within the Illuvium community to kind of build some hype. But hopefully there is one for us influencers within Illuvium as well. Rich then says he's already told some people a while back that whoever ends first on the first day of launch, he will give a lizard. This is now public information and we can hold him to that. So anyone on first day, on first release, try as hard as possible to get the highest. I know there's already guys that get hit in wave 30 consistently each day, and it's probably going to be one of those guys, but you never know. You might have an absolutely absurd good first day and learn everything a lot quicker than everyone else. Get in there and give this a go. Then lastly, Kieran goes on that Dimitri come into the office and goes, dude, have you played the new IZ? He's like, mate, I can only take so much hype at once. Obviously, as we've seen in Grant's stream, ILZ is playable. It is on their phones. I've seen it on someone's phone in person. It's a thing. It's coming. As I said, end of October is my guess. Fingers crossed. Hopefully we get that. But now we'll head over to Twitter and continue on our news for the week. Back over onto Twitter now. We've got one more leak that I forgot. This is the Stage 2 of the Sloth line and the Stage 1 of the Komodo line, wearing some merch. Look at the fanny pack. I'm not much of an Eshe, but I might buy a fanny pack because this looks amazing. Little hat, the hoodie. I'll definitely be getting a hoodie if they're looking like this. I love my hoodies. I know I live in Australia and it's hot all the time, but during winter, hoodie weather. So I'll head over to Kieran's, and as we all know, he did the hypest of hype videos with TSG about a week ago from now. I feel that was his number one of his 50 AMAs, but it looks like he's going to be doing 50 AMAs in the next 30 days. At least one a day plus 2 on other days. That is absurd. He's going to have no voice by the end of it. I'd go and listen to this one. If you're on Twitter, you can speed it up. It goes to 2 hours. It's about an hour of Kieran, and then there's about an hour afterwards where TSG and Vetamore answer some questions. They also go into a little impromptu council meeting where they vote on if we are going to get PB2 as soon as it's ready, which it got voted through because 3 out of the 5 were there and they all voted yes. So that's why we're getting PB2 in about a week. So we head over to Roger's page, and he's just brainstorming ideas on how the Illuvitas albums may work with NFTs, with tickets, merch, whatever else you can think of. Filling up those albums and getting collections and sets done may mean that you get your Illuviton NFT tickets. You might unlock a different survival mode background, or some Happy Meal Toys NFTs unlock something here and there. As he goes on to say, even further down, there's dynamic collection reward. Random collections are selected for a temporary prize, like if you have Atlas Axodon. If you complete it before midnight at 31st, you get an NFT entry ticket into the Atlas Ultimate Brawl tournament. Like, he's just spitballing ideas, but he's showing that there is like infinite ideas as to how they can make the utility behind the Illuvitas work. And I don't think I have to say it again, but I'm going to. I want Illuvitas now. I know it's still a little bit off, and going off what we were looking before, it's probably end of the year, but super keen on those. Head over to Andrew, and he does a quick thread on what is Illuvium. If you have any friends out there that you want to explain to, at the bare minimum, what Illuvium is, bookmark this thread and show them this. This is probably one of the best written ways on what Illuvium is that I've seen, and it is short and it is precise. Get out there, show this to everyone you know, and get them all following, and also tell them about me. So here, Grant is talking about the overworld. He let one of his friends play, who is Damo, who won the first tournament. He's not really around Illuvium that much, so he doesn't really know much about what's going on, and Grant just thought he'd show him how the overworld's going to work and how the battling system is going to work there. And what they keep on talking about is that the player describes what the difficulty is going to be for them. So you can throw out 5 to 10, or not 10, 5 to 6 really overpowerful Illuvials, use all your mastery points, and then you can't catch any of them. Or you can throw out some little ones, have a lot of mastery points left over, your dimensional stability is really strong at first, so then you get more chances to try and catch them. Or you can kind of go in the middle, medium, make sure you win it. You win it fairly easily, but then you still have one chance to catch what's on the other side. This is huge. The replayability and the puzzle solving every time you go out into the overworld is going to be massive. Maybe these opponents that you come up against, they won't be very good, I don't think. They will be very... It might be like 3 or 4 Illuvials, which you can usually beat that without even knowing how to play the game very well. But again, having it so that using the least amount, you need a min-max essentially, which makes it interesting even for the best of players, because they get to try and work out how many Illuvials can I actually use to beat this, and just do it as most efficient as possible. If you don't want to do it as efficient as possible and you just want to go out there, you don't care what you catch, you just want to level up your characters, just throw whatever out there. Throw the best thing you can and gain experience points. So I think this adds to everything that they're doing. So the main updates from PB1 to PB2 are listed here. This has been thrown around everywhere. There's a few others that aren't on here, like the weapons change every day and a few others that I've touched on elsewhere. But the main ones are your bonding, your augments, and your checkpoints, I believe. New Illuvials, it's all your tier 0 and all of your lynxes have been added. I don't think there's anything else, but even within that, you've got 31 lynxes and, 25 times 3? Was that 75? Yeah, 75 tier 0s, I think it is. Maybe I'm wrong, whatever. Interest system is also really interesting because at the lower levels, as we said before, you want to min-max. You want to use the least amount of mastery points as possible, so you gain more mastery points at the end of every round. But this will be linked down below if you really want to come have a look at it a bit closer. So Aaron's elaborated on his dev blog here with a few posts. I'll go through them all. This one is just talking about PB2. It adds all the new features, so it's effectively core complete. Since that is complete, a lot of the team has moved on to the Ascendant Arena. So the Ascendant game modes won't take very long. So hopefully we will get the Ascendant Arena not long after PB2 release. That means PvP is coming soon. Soon is their favorite word, is it not? So someone asked if you're able to challenge a friend. Obviously we've got to wait for Ascendant mode for this. But first priority is a lobby. Then later down the track, they'll eventually allow you to have custom battles. Maybe you want only a water alluvials or something like that, which I think is a great inclusion. I think we really need this too. It, again, makes it more fun. So I can go, I want to challenge TSG or Scoriox, or one of my followers might want to challenge me, and away we go. We can do that. And I think that makes great content for everyone and makes it a little bit more interesting. So Aaron also goes into talking about your elo or rating within the PvP world. Obviously, you win, you go up, lose, you go down. Harder the opponent, you go up more or down less. You know what I mean? If you've been in other games that have a rating or an elo, you kind of get the gist of how it works. Obviously, this needs to be monitored very closely because I've been in a game where it was done wrong. Every week, everything reset. And as they like to talk about, it was in a deflationary system because you always lost points at the end of the week. It brought the better competitors back down to where everyone else was, and it made it harder and harder for everyone to go up. And eventually, not even one person got into the highest rank arena because there were so many points being lost. So then they had to add bots in, and then everyone could get into not into the highest arena, but it was literally refresh the page as many times as possible to get as many bots to try and get as high as possible. So I feel like Illuvium does have some of the biggest brains in the world in their game, and they will work it out as best as possible. I feel it's not as easy as what people think. Win versus loss, but there's a lot of things on the back end that need to be sorted out, and I hope that they get this right. I think they will. And then obviously this is just a little bit more, and they're just saying at first, when you do your first couple of battles, you go up and down a lot more because they're trying to find where you should sit. But after you've done heaps of battles, you should be really sitting where you're supposed to be. And then as you win, you slowly go up, and as you lose, you might slowly go down because that's where they feel you should sit. If you start going a lot better, you will go up. You will go up, but it will be slow compared to at first. So Illuvium is excited to announce that they're a part of the Cross IP Championship with Galaxy Fight Club. 25 other NFT projects over 3 events. We'll be playing in it. Not sure how this is all going to go down, but if you haven't or don't know about Galaxy Fight Club, go and have a look. It is a cool mobile phone game that I've played a little bit of. So that's about it for the leaks this week, guys. If I met you at Oz CryptoCon, it was a pleasure to meet you all. Hopefully I get to meet even more of you as future events come up. But anyway, that is it for today. Thanks for listening, and hopefully I'll catch you in a video soon.